Would Chris Brown be the biggest artist on the planet today? Would Rihanna still be the billionaire mogul we know? What if that fateful night in 2009 never happened? How different would the music industry be? This alternate timeline will blow your mind. The power couple that ruled music. Chris Brown and Rihanna weren't just another Hollywood couple. They were a movement. When they went public in 2007, the internet exploded. Fans were obsessed, and the industry saw them as the future of music. Rihanna was already a superstar, with hits like Umbrella and Disturbia dominating the charts. Chris, hailed as the next Michael Jackson, was riding high with Forever and With You. Together, they were untouchable. Their chemistry was undeniable, not just in love, but in music. Whether it was their on-stage performances or their remixes like Cinderella, they were the blueprint for a modern R&B power couple. Brands wanted them, directors wanted them, and their fans couldn't get enough. But then, in 2009, everything fell apart. The night that changed everything. The world was ready to see Chris and Rihanna dominate the Grammy stage. But instead, the headlines were something no one saw coming. Chris Brown had assaulted Rihanna. The leaked photos were heartbreaking. Overnight, Chris went from golden boy to industry outcast. He lost endorsements, radio play, and credibility. His music was banned in some places, and his once promising future took a massive hit. Rihanna, despite the pain, rose to even greater heights. She poured her emotions into her album Rated R, and eventually expanded beyond music, building a billion-dollar empire with Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty. But what if none of that had ever happened? What if Chris and Rihanna had never broken up? Let's step into an alternate universe where their story took a completely different path. The ultimate super couple. No scandal, no heartbreak, just two unstoppable forces taking over the world together. Imagine the music they could have made. A joint album breaking streaming records, a world tour that sells out in seconds, and maybe even a Super Bowl halftime show featuring both of them. With their combined star power, they could have become the Beyoncé and Jay-Z of the next decade, but with even more pop appeal and a fresh R&B energy. And let's talk about their personal lives. Would they have eventually gotten married? Could they have raised a family together? The idea of Chris Brown and Rihanna's child, born into music royalty, would have been legendary. Chris Brown becomes bigger than Michael Jackson. One of the biggest hits to Chris Brown's career was losing his clean image. Without the scandal, he keeps his golden reputation and continues his rapid rise. No bans, no industry backlash, just pure stardom. He could have cemented his place as the king of pop. More Grammys, more platinum albums, and even bigger collaborations. Instead of constantly having to repair his image, he would have dominated charts and secured major endorsements. Imagine Chris Brown starring in blockbuster movies, landing massive deals with brands like Nike and Adidas, and becoming the face of an entire generation of music. Would he have surpassed even Michael Jackson in terms of influence and success? Rihanna's career takes a wildly different path. Rihanna's transformation into a billionaire mogul came after the split. But if they had stayed together, would she have ever stepped into the business world? Would she have prioritized music over Fenty Beauty? Would she have continued dropping albums instead of building a fashion empire? And let's not forget, if she had never broken up with Chris, would she have ever dated Drake or A$AP Rocky? It's crazy to think how different her personal life might have been. A ripple effect on the industry. Chris Brown's downfall was one of the first major modern cancellations. But if it never happened, how different would today's cancel culture be? Would the industry have handled later controversies, like those involving Kanye West or Tory Lanez, differently? Would other artists have been more easily forgiven? Chris's scandal set a precedent for how the music world deals with controversy. But in a world where he never fell from grace, the industry itself might look completely different today. Final thought: destiny or alternate reality? So, what do you think? Would Chris Brown be the undisputed king of R&B if history played out differently? Would Rihanna still be the billionaire icon we know today? Or did the split push her towards something greater? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do Do you think this alternate reality would have been better, or did things happen the way they were meant to? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.